Truth is, you're a man child and you know it. A lot of you know it. And this is one of the big issues we have in modern day society. A lot of men are refusing to grow up. A lot of men are refusing to accept the truth. A lot of men are not willing to adapt to the current circumstances and propel themselves to the levels that they need to be at to succeed in every way possible. Y'all are man childs or man children, should I say. And it's getting worse by the day, it's getting worse by the week, it's getting worse by the year. Y'all make up every excuse in a book to not do what you need to do. You're making up every excuse in the book to not succeed. You know how many comments I come across of men who are self-proclaimed incels, men who have no problem sitting at home, not working. We all know the issues of society. We all know the current circumstances that we're in. We already know this, that, and a third. So what is the solution? Is the solution sitting back and crying like a little boy? Is the solution exiling yourself out of work, removing yourself out of work? Is the solution cutting purpose away and out of your life? Is that the solution? No, it's not. It's not. That's only adding to the problem. You're just adding fuel to the fire. And why do that? Why add more fuel to the fire? Why do that? Why sit back and watch your own demise? Because a lot of men think, okay, if I just sit back and chill, if I just sit back and relax and watch it all burn, right? If I just do nothing, maybe that'll be better. Maybe it'll be a better outcome for my life. Or maybe they'll sit back, maybe women will sit back, maybe society will sit back and just be like, hey, maybe he has a point because he's doing nothing. Men are doing nothing. Maybe they have a point. No, no, that won't happen. It will never happen. And you want to know why? Because men were meant to lead. Men were meant to lead society. Men were meant to lead countries. Men were meant to lead societies and militaries and militias. Men. That's why societies have lasted this long. But it seems like men are just stuck in this rut on purpose, right? Now we all know that society is playing its part. The government is playing their part in sucking the soul out of so many men. Trust me, I get it. I understand, right? But strong men create good times. Strong men create good times. And weak men create horrible times, bad times. And that is what we're seeing today. Man childs. A bunch of men, quote unquote, a bunch of men who are actually children, who are refusing to grow up, who are refusing to accept responsibility, the ultimate responsibility of what it actually means to be a man in today's society. We don't get the luxury of complaining. We don't get the luxury of being consumers like women. We don't get the luxury of sitting back and crying about how something isn't fair. We don't get that luxury. But that has been known for ages. That has been known for ages. Men always understood that we are the sacrificial lambs. We always understood that. And yes, there is a lot of things that have changed in our society, including the women. We know the women have changed. Listen, in Western society, for the most part, and more than likely it's going to be throughout the globe, there is nothing we can do about that aspect of things. Women are going to be who they are. They're going to do what they want to do. But that doesn't mean go and hide behind a corner. That doesn't mean go and hide behind a bush. That doesn't mean that. That still means even when your environment is changing, even when your environment is changing, that means still staying true to who you are as a man. That still means going out here and being productive. That still means going out here and following your purpose, not for women, for you. That's what y'all are missing, because y'all are continuing to think that everything is about a woman. Everything is about doing this for a woman. Everything is about some coochie. Everything is about some punani. That's where y'all messing up at. Because every move you make, every breath you take is about some dang on punani. It's about some booty. Because you can't get the woman you want to, you go and crawl up in a corner and cry like a little baby. But everybody keep telling me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're wrong about this. Oh, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. See, the men who are always going to make an excuse to not be the men that they're supposed to be, were always going to make the excuse anyway. Natural selection. Natural selection. And as automation increases, as as AI increases, right? As manufacturing jobs continue to disappear, as traditional jobs that men used to hold and used to work disappear, because mark my words, in 5 to 15 years those jobs will be little to none. So for all of you thinking that automation is not going to replace electricians and plumbers, and better technology is not going to make it harder and make plumbers and electricians jobs null and void, you have another thing coming. You have another thing coming. But my point is, those men who make excuses, those men who never want to do anything, those men who are sitting back, you who are sitting back at home not doing anything right now, your genetics was always going to be X'd out. Natural selection. So many men are not going to be able to pass on their DNA on purpose. See, life is cycles. Life has its cycles. We have good times, we have bad times, and we have middle points, right? The only way that we're going to get back to those good times is if the weak men disappear. I said it. I said it. The only way we're going to get back to the good times if only the strong men reproduce. And that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. Because the strong men will produce strong children who will produce in the world and create more strong individuals. They will put the standards back in place. They will put everything back in place. They will reset what needs to be reset. And they will create what needs to be created. But as far as the weak man go, you just like history, y'all were always going to be wiped out. So for those of you who pride yourself on being incels, those of you who pride yourself off of not working, those of you who pride yourself off of doing the bare minimum because society is this way or society is that way. History has had its up and downs. Do we stay in a different time period than much of history? Absolutely. But we're human beings. We're men. We're meant to adapt to the circumstances and thrive. A lot of y'all are children. Y'all don't want to grow up. Y'all really want to be women. Y'all really want to take the place of women. Y'all, that's what I think. That's what I believe. Many of y'all really just want to take the place of women. Y'all want to be able to sit back and complain. Y'all want to be able to sit back with your feet up, get your nails painted, right? Y'all want to do that. When in reality, it's more beneficial than ever to be a man. It has always been more beneficial to be a man than a woman. You are a creator. You are a producer. You are a builder. Women have their own way of doing things, but for the most part, they're the consumers. They consume the energy that we put out, right? And men have always had barricades in place to prevent women from consuming too much. But now there's no barricade because we have a bunch of weak men who supposedly supposed to be the barricade, but women are running right through them and consuming this whole energy cycle. And here we are. They're consuming energy that no longer exists because a lot of men are not the men that they're meant to be for themselves. Once again, this is not for women. This is for you. This is for your purpose, your legacy. When you're taking your last breath, what are you going to look back and say? Damn, I wish I got that last mission out the way on GTA. I wish I got that last mission out the way on Call of Duty. No, you're not. You're going to sit back with disgust on your face, disgust in your internals, because you didn't do anything in life. That's what's going to happen. You're going to sit back and be like, damn, I didn't do jack shit. You're going to sit back and wish, damn, I wish I would have taken that opportunity. I wish I would have did that. I wish I would have did this. That's what's going to happen. But like I said, natural selection is going to wipe most of y'all out in the first place. And that is how it is always meant to be. The strongest have always survived, and the weak have always disappeared and fucking died. So I'm telling you now, if you don't grow up and get out of this child's mindset, this boy's mindset of thinking that women are going to change, your environment is going to change, things that you can't control are going to change, you have another thing coming, because it's not. It's not changing. And a lot of y'all biggest problem is that trying to change things that you cannot change. Women, you can't change. It is what it is. They're doing what they want to do. Stick to your purpose. Stick to what you need to do. And the best quality women are going to come as you do that. They're going to come. Now, as far as marriage go, listen, that's up in the air. That's up for you to decide. But for the most part, there's no marriage-worthy women out here. And the ones that there are, needles in the haystack. That's just a truth that you have to accept. That's just a truth that you have to accept. You're gonna sit back and just crawl up because what, there's not marriage worthy women out here? Listen, find another energy source. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Much of men's purpose were tied to family. I get it. I understand. A lot of men worked hard because they had families, because they had homes, because they had other things to live for. I get it. But now is not the time. Now, as a man, you have to find another energy source to rely on. You have no kids, oh well. You have no wife, oh well. You have no suitable women for marriage, oh well. It's done. Finito. Get over yourself. Quit it. Cut it out. You have to move past that. Now you got to dig within. You have to dig within now. Find something else to live for. Trust, like I said, I get it. But you can't stay in this rut forever. You can't stay in it. You can't stay in this child's like state forever. Enough is enough. Strong men create good times. Weak men create bad times. And like I said, that is where we are now. We have a bunch of men on paper who are actually boys who are creating these times. But then you sit back and complain about certain environmental factors that you can't control in the first place. You can't. What can you control? You can control your body. You control what goes into your body. You can control how your body looks. You can control what jobs you work. You can control your skill level. You can control how much money you're making. You can control that. You can control what women you deal with. You can control that as long as you're controlling the factors that you can control. You can control those factors. A lot of y'all just don't get it. I'm never going to sit back and promote incel behavior. I'm never going to sit back and promote being in a rut. I'm never going to sit back and promote men not doing anything. Y'all can go find somebody else for that. Because I'm not your guy. Because I constantly watch the comments. I see what you guys are saying. And a lot of y'all are disappointing. A lot of y'all are very disappointing. And from now on, more of my content will be catered towards the men of purpose, towards the men of creativity, towards the men who are self-driven, towards the men who crave high quality women and not just going and hiding behind the bush just because the most mediocre women don't want you. Fuck them. Fuck them. And then 9 times out of 10, you're not even doing what you need to do in the first place as a man to even attract certain caliber women in the first place. So from now on, my content will be catered. Most of the content will be catered towards those men, high quality men who want the best out of life, who want to be the most healthy, who want to get the most out of life, who are purpose driven individuals. And for the rest of y'all can join this journey, sit back and watch this journey, or you can shut the fuck up. And that's an after pill. Peace.